good morning or something, wherever you are. Where I'm at, it's a beautiful Saturday morning and the sun is shining, the skies are blue. It's getting quite hot outside and I'm in the RV and I can't have the windows open because people are mowing their lawns uh, in the neighborhood. So the sound would disturb us. But anyway, it's great. It's great to be here, and I hope that you can join in live, even though I am. Hang on, just getting rid of some notifications. Even though it's short notice, but you know when you get the feeling, you get the feeling, and just go with it. So I wanted to talk to you today about this gap we're creating when we hold a belief about something and we act in a different way. We act um, not according to our beliefs, and we're going to talk about that and also examine and become more aware using the life force energy mapping method. So I want you to come into this session with an open mind and have your pen and paper. Always have your pen and paper um, to take notes or to make drawings as you listen or anything. You can draw nice little mandalas or something. But have your pen and paper because you will hear words or sentences or you will have associations that you wanna write down. So pen and paper, if you use essential oils for your balance and well-being, bring the ones that make you feel aligned and open to receive whatever that might be. So some of you have heard me speak on the life force energy mapping method in different settings before, and also talk about the gap that we can create. But we want to go a little deeper today. So imagine, try to have an open mind and see what fits and what doesn't. But imagine you have a belief about something, and we're going to take you through this in these 6 areas of life that's included in the life force energy mapping method. But imagine you have a belief system about something, anything that says that is your truth. That's like, yeah, this is what I know about this area of life or about this situation or about this topic, and you act in a way that's not honoring that belief, whether or not it's a good belief or not. But you hold a belief about something, you have a knowing about something, and you act in a way that's not in alignment with that. You create this gap in your energy field where you lose energy. Your life force energy can't be contained within your body or your energy, your vibrational body. So it's like poking a hole in a water container. It will pour out. So we're going to talk about this from that perspective, and just to help you become more aware. And then we're also going to talk about 3 different ways of dealing with this. Hang on, another notification. Okay, never mind. So the first area that we talk about in the life force energy mapping method is the environmental and structural area. And this is about your living environment. What's it like? How does it feel to live in where you live in your home, or what's the environment like where you work, and also this structural. Is there structure to your life? Do you know? Do you plan? Do you have a structure for when to do things, or is it like, is everything on chance? So in this area, we're not going to go into to the areas too deep, but if you hold a belief that says that you should clean your house once a week, and you should change your bed sheets every 3 days, and you should have a certain set of furniture, or a certain um, model, or a certain style of decoration. If you hold like a belief or a knowing that this is how I want my house, this is how I want my home, this is important to me, this is what I know about creating a home in a house, which is also a structure. If you I mean, we all do, we all have an idea about this is what is important to me, this is what I feel is beautiful, this is the kind of feeling I want to create in my house. This is the way I feel. It makes me relax to have a certain structure. It makes me feel at ease to know that I have laundry day on Thursday, and that I know ahead that I need to take my kids to soccer practice at this time. It makes me feel at ease that I know what to cook for dinner for the upcoming 5 days, or anything, whatever it is for you. It could also be the exact opposite of what I just said, but you hold a knowing, you hold a belief, and a kind of a value or something, you might call it, but you know something about how you want your house, your home to feel like and to look like, and what's important to you. So now just notice what is true for you in regards to this. What is your truth that you're holding? What is your belief about this is a balanced and healthy home for me? This is what that looks like. Just become aware, take a few notes, know what you know about this, about what is a balanced, healthy home for you. And then moving on to, how do you act? Do you act accordingly? Do you act on that belief? Do you clean your house every week? Do you have a structure? Do you change your bed sheet every 3 days, or what I don't know what I said. Do you decorate in the way that you feel resonates with your belief? Do you have the kind of furniture? Have you created that feeling, that atmosphere in your house, in your home, that you believe is the thing for you? Or is it a gap? And we're not going to go into here with any judgments. We're just going to become aware. You don't have to judge this gap and the belief or the action as good or bad. Just notice if there's a gap between what you believe is the perfect home environment for you, and how you should treat your home and your everyday structure, and how you act. Just notice this, become aware. Do you act on that belief? If not, what does it look like? What is it that you do, and what is it that you don't do in regards to your belief? This is something that you, of course, can begin to work on in the next coming days, to really look at this closer. But we're moving on to the next area, which is self-awareness, and this is an area where we talk about our beliefs, like in what do I value in life, what's important to me in life in general. So this is where we can examine the beliefs that I have about life, about the meaning of life, about how to prioritize things in my life, the beliefs that I hold, and the truths that I'm acting on, or that I feel like I should act on. This is where we question, is that belief really yours? If you have a belief about something, like you have to work hard to have a lot of money. Let's take that as an example. You have to work hard to have a lot of money. And you act accordingly. Follow along here. You hold a belief that says you have to work hard to have a lot of money. And you work your ass off. And you still don't have a lot of money. But you notice, compared to the first area, that this is about you acting on that belief. But if that belief isn't yours, if that truth is someone else's, and it's not your truth, it's something you adopted from someone else. So even though you act accordingly, you will still lose energy. You will still have a gap because it's not your truth. Do you follow? So examine the truths about life that you hold. What is important to you in your life? And is it important because you really feel that it is? Or do you list it as important because it was important for your mother, or because society says that it's important? Is it your belief, or is it someone else's? And if you discover that you hold beliefs and truths that isn't yours, what is yours? What do you believe? If you don't believe that you have to work hard to have a lot of money, if that isn't yours, whose is it? And more importantly, what is your belief about money? If that's what it is. Or if you hold a belief that says men should work and women should stay home and take care of the children. I'm not judging that as good or bad. It's a truth that you can hold. And you can act accordingly. But is it your truth? Or is it that your society says that it should be like that? Or that your parents think? Or what your church says? Or whatever it is. And if it isn't yours, if you discover that, well, no, maybe I don't believe this, but I'm acting like I do. What is your belief? Is your belief that men and women could share the time spent with their children, and to share work life? Or what is your belief? Allow the the examples and situations from your life to come to mind, and allow these questions and this process to continue for some time, even after this session. What do you believe about life? Do you consider yourself to hold a certain faith in a god or goddess or universe or faith or whatever? Do you, or do you do that because that's your parents' choice of religion or faith, or is it because everyone else around you believes that? Examine this. If you say that you believe in God, but you act as if you need to control everything and you don't have faith at all, is that gap about you really don't believing in God, or about you don't that you don't honor that faith? What's your truth? That's the most important thing. It's not my truth, it's not someone else's truth you're supposed to live by, it's yours. And to do that, we need to become aware of what's mine and what's implemented in me and on me from someone else. Moving on to the third area in the energy life force, in the life force energy mapping method, that's relationships. What do you believe about what is a healthy relationship? What do you believe is important? What are the ingredients in a healthy, balanced relationship? What is important to you in a relationship? Is it important to show love in a certain way? Is it important to spend time together, or is it important to have a lot of time for yourself? Whatever it is, what's important to you in a relationship? What beliefs do you hold about what a healthy and balanced relationship is for you? And is that belief yours? And then, how do you act? Do you allow yourself to live in a relationship that's not like that belief? Do you even search for relationships that's not honoring that belief? Is there a gap between what you know is a healthy relationship and how you act and what that relationship that you're in looks like? What is important to you in a relationship? And is it important to you because it is your essence, your truth? Or is it important to you because society thinks something, or that this is what you see in your mother and father and how they had a relationship, and you believe that that is how you have a relationship? Examine this and examine how you act and what you allow in your life. Is that honoring your truth, the real truth? We're moving on to the area of physical balance. This is about the body and how you treat your body and how you think of your body. So let's say that you hold a knowing, you know that your body, that you need, to have a healthy body, you need to take a walk 3 times a week. That's good for your body. If you know that, if that's true for you, and you don't, we have a gap. So if you know that, oh, my body feels really good when I do yoga, and you don't, and also, I know that my body needs a lot of rest when I've been working a whole week, and you don't give that to your body. A gap. What do you believe about your body? And how do you act? The next area is emotional balance. And this is about allowing emotions. This is about how you react on other people's emotions. This is how you show your feelings, how you express them. So if you hold a belief that anger is dangerous, how do you act? Do you act by holding on to your anger? If you hold a belief that women shouldn't laugh loud, and that's not your truth, and you keep yourself from laughing loud, what happens with your energy? What truths do you hold about emotions and what emotions are? Do you hold a belief that says that emotions are just energy moving through, and the best thing to do is to just allow them to flow, and you act really uptight, and you don't feel comfortable um, feeling sadness, for example? What happens to your energy? What happens to your energy field when you limit yourself from expressing and feeling emotions? What are your beliefs in this area? And how do you act? And this is not so much about adopting other beliefs, but really more about finding out how you treat your emotions, how you allow your emotions, and what you do when others express emotions. What is your belief about emotions? What they are, and how you should treat them, and how do you act? The last area is the mental balance, and this is really about becoming aware of your thoughts And they are, of course, involved in all the 5 previous areas, because this is where we create our belief systems, right? So this is an area that's involved in all of the other areas. And the areas that we've been talking about is just, it's just also a made up structure to make it easier to talk about life. It's nothing more than that. But it is a great tool for us when we want to become more aware and get a closer look at our lives. So this mental area, we're actually in the middle of a thought awareness series in the Patreon community, where we talk about the thought awareness and to become more aware of how you are creating with your mind all the time, and if that creation is causing suffering or not. We started last Thursday with creating stories of your of good and bad, and ask the question if judgment is really serving you or not. And we're going to continue with attracting with alignment and conscious intention. How do we attract things into our experience with our thoughts? And the third part in 2 weeks is become aware of how you are creating sensations in your body with your mind. So if we can create with our mind a sensation in our body, what is that proof of? How can we use that in our health and balance, to create more health and balance? So I really recommend you to join in our Patreon to dig deeper and also get more clarity on this. What beliefs do I hold? And how do I act? Use this, watch this again, and listen to the areas and make notes on what comes up. But also 3 things to do when you have discovered that, oh shit, I hold a belief that says this about how to arrange your house or your home, but I act like this. Or I hold this belief about what a healthy relationship is, and I act like this. If you have discovered you have gaps in any area, you can choose, actually. One thing is to change the belief. If you hold a belief that says man shouldn't show emotions, and you feel like, well, this is maybe not the healthiest thing for me, change that belief. You choose. The second thing to do is you could choose to change your action. But make sure first that the belief is really yours. Remember what we talked about earlier. If you hold a belief and you act accordingly and the belief isn't yours, you will still lose energy. But you could change your actions if you want to. If you hold a belief and you know that it's yours, that says showing love in a relationship is to buy flowers. If that's really true, well, start buying flowers then. Now we have something going on. Okay, the third thing you could do is to just accept what is. Accept. If you have a belief that says your house should look, or your home should look like in a certain way, like a certain have a certain style of decoration or anything, and you don't have that, but you know that it's your truth. Maybe you can't act accordingly right now. Maybe there's circumstances that makes it hard for you to act according to your belief. It could be anything. So what do? Do you change your belief to match the way you can act? Well, that makes you create a belief that's not yours truly, right? So that's not the best idea. So what if you know that the belief that you hold is really, really yours? It's true. And you can't act on it because of whatever circumstance. And not just, the things that we can, like, no, I couldn't take a walk today because uh, I didn't have the right shoes. That's not valid. You know that. If there's really circumstances that makes it hard for you to act on the belief that is really yours, what do? You accept that right now this is what it is. Right now this is what it is. And act as if this is what you have chosen for yourself right now. You don't have to say that this is what I'm going to be doing, or this is how I'm going to be living for the rest of my life. But right now, in this present moment, this is what it is. And I accept that. And all of a sudden, we don't have a struggle anymore. We don't have a gap. We accept. I have a hard time accepting things that are not the way that I like them to be. That's one of my big challenges in life. I practice. I am really mindful, and I try to stay as aware as I can about my beliefs, my actions, the gaps, and what I can and can't change. And I try to find acceptance when I can change the belief or the action. And we all find our way to do this. Becoming aware of what's going on up here is a really, really important part of finding acceptance. Because we can discern a lot of bullshit that goes on up here. We can tap into a higher knowing and a stronger belief that, okay, right now, this is what it is. If we want to, we can use essential oils. Some of you that are listening in, I know you use them. And there's an oil from Young Living that actually called acceptance. And I had a great experience with this oil in regards to exactly this, to accept right now, in this present moment, it is what it is. I don't need to judge. I don't need to fight anything. I don't need to change anything. It is what it is. I don't have to react on anything. So please listen again and take notes. Type in the comments what you find. And oh yeah, don't forget to check on the thought awareness series of exploring your creative mind in the Patreon community. It's great, and we're going on for 2 more weeks, and replays are always available, so you can catch up. And other than that, I'll see you soon. Stay in love. Bye bye.